Hi everyone, in this video we'll be seeing how to answer an output based questions in functions. So determine the output of the following. We have the function here and I have some initialization. So this is going to be the content within the function, and here I have two function call. If I'm having power of 4, a value will be substituted as 4. Okay, and then b value will be considered as a default value. So r is equal to 1. In this case, I value is going to be in range of b, in the sense I value will be 0 and 1. If it is 0 and 1, so twice this for loop is going to get executed. This for loop will get executed for 2 times. A value is going to be 4. Firstly, 1 into 4 will be done, and then again r value will become 4, and 4 into 4 will be done, which is nothing but 16. 16 will be returned as the answer in this case. 4 will be multiplied 2 times. Okay. Here, if I am having the b value as 3, here the default value will not be assigned. If I am supplying the value, 3 will be there. 4 into 4 will be done. So 64 will be the answer. Because I am having the print statement, the answer is going to get printed in the next line. I do not have any end is equal to space. B question, I have a list is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and print a list. Here my list is going to get assigned this value, and then I'm changing the value completely to 1, 2, 3, 4, and a list is going to get printed on the screen. Okay, here 1, 2, 3, 4 will be printed here, and after which if I'm printing my list, the old value will be retained. 10, 20, 30 will be printed on the screen instead of 1, 2, 3, 4 getting printed. Why this happens is, inside the function, a new variable a list will be created instead of changing the value of my list, and that is how the value of my list is retained. Function text comma num. Here instead of text hello will be substituted, and instead of num 4 will get substituted. Here if I'm having num is equal to num minus 1, print num. Just we are going to print num until it is becoming 0. So firstly it is going to print 4. When it is coming inside, it is going to subtract 1 and then print. So 3 will get printed first, and then it is going to again check whether it is greater than 0. Yes, so 2 will be printed. After printing 1, it is also going to print 0. Then only it is going to check whether 0 greater than 0. It will not get executed to true, so it will come out of the loop, and it is going to come back to the main function at this place, and it is again going to print num, which is 4. Here, because I didn't declare that it is a global num, the changed value will not get reflected. Here, what is the biggest value and the smallest value? They are just trying to find out using this. M and N is going to get initialized with the first number. Now, by assuming that M and N are the smallest and the largest number, each and every value from list 1 will be compared with N. The least value will be found out. So the comparisons done here is the 2 lesser than 2, 13 lesser than 2, 11 lesser than 2, 15 lesser than 2, 6 lesser than 2 will be done. And until the end of the for loop, we haven't found any other number lesser than 2. So 2 will be the least number. So in the next if condition, each and every number in the list 1 will be checked with the assigned biggest number to check whether any other number is available greater than the assigned number. The condition that will be checked here is whether 2 greater than 2 initially, and then 13 greater than 2. Yes, 13 is greater than 2. So now M will be initialized to 13, and now 11 is greater than 13 will be checked, and 15 is greater than 13 will be checked. Now 15 is greatest number and M will be initialized to 15, and then at last 6 will be greater than 15 will be checked. No, 6 is not greater than 15, so the largest number here will become 15 right now. So what will be the result? The biggest is 15 and smallest is 2 will be returned. We have a function called the calc numbers, and I have sum of all these numbers. When it is taken into account, the tuple will be passed in the place of number, and when I'm looping into tuple and I'm adding up all the values, it is going to return the result of addition of all these values, which is nothing but 20. This question, if you see, my function 1, 2, 3, 4 ABCD is passed, and here I'm substituting the value of str1 as 1, 2, 3, 4 ABCD, right? And index value is going to be length of the string, whatever the length of the string is going to be there in the index. So 8 is the value of index. If 8 greater than 0, yes, of course 8 is greater than 0, so it is going to come inside. And each and every time it is doing these two operations, it is going to subtract index by 1. It is going to get reduced by 1. str1 of index minus 1 dot is alpha. What is index minus 1? It is nothing but 7. 7 is nothing but the character D. Is this particular D is an alphabet? Yes, it is of course an alphabet. If it is an alphabet alone, it is going to add it up to RSTR1. So D will be considered as a first character which is going to get stored in RSTR1 because I have initialized to nothing and I am appending the value to D. Because it is starting from the last character onwards, you have to be sure that what is the value of index and you have to start from the last character. Now what is it going to do when it is subtracting? It is going to move to the next index from the backwards. C will be taken into account. C is also an alphabet. B is also an alphabet. A is also an alphabet. And when it is coming to 4, it is not an alphabet. So it is not going to come to this if condition. Okay, it is just it will just decrement index by 1 and it is going to go on check because these are numbers, nothing will get stored in RSTR1. So what is the result of RSTR1 which is getting returned, which is nothing but DCBA. I have a dictionary upper colon 0 and lower colon 0 and this is inside the function, and if I see the function call, these are happy times that is being passed as a parameter to this string yes. Now when I'm looping through this for C in yes, what happens? Each and every character will be taken into account. T will be the value of C first and then H, E, S, E. It goes on like that. Suppose if my character is T, it is an uppercase, it is going to get incremented by 1, which is going to get incremented. The value which is stored for the key upper is going to get incremented because D is a dictionary. D of upper is plus is equal to 1 means already I have 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. It is going to get incremented if I see an uppercase. So how many ever uppercase alphabets are there? That is going to be the value. All the uppercase is going to get incremented, increment the value of the key upper. All the lowercase characters is going to increment the value of lower key. Understood? And if it is other than uppercase or lowercase character, it is going to pass in the sense there is nothing to do with this statement. It is just going to move to the next iteration after seeing pass. Okay. If we have a loop which doesn't contain any statement, we'll be writing pass. So what is D of upper? D of upper value will be 7 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters are there. So this value uppercase count colon 7 will be written, lowercase count colon 11 will be printed on the screen. So original string, whatever original string which we have got as a parameter, that will also get printed on the top. Next question, unique of L. In this case, all these characters will be passed as a parameter to L. Okay, parameter to L. And here for A in L means each and every element will be taken into account in the place of A. A value will be a string, a character A when it is coming inside. If A not in X, X dot append. Initially, X is not having any value. So what it is going to do, it is just going to get appended. So A will be the first character which is going to get appended. If it is present and if I'm again making a note of A, it is not going to get appended. So first value will be A. Next value when it is seeing B, yes, it is going to get appended. Then it is seeing R, because it is not already available. A when it is considering it is already there, so it will not get appended. C, A is there and D, A is there, B is there and R is there and A is there. So A, B, R, C, D will be the values. And how will it get printed? What is the X? X is nothing but a list. I am appending each and every value. So it will be in the form of a list. Each and every character will be an element. Here each and every character will get appended and this will be the element. So there will be a comma and it is a list. Next one is compute of S. In this case, I'm having compute within the function. I have some string to be passed. Here, what are they trying to do? They are having a for loop range of len of S in the sense. So it is going to start with the first character and end with the last character. When I am taking S of I represents the index from 0 until the end of the string. So yes of I, they are considering A as the first character itself, A, and the next one B will be considered as the capital letter, the character changed into an uppercase. So capital letter A, character which is stored in A changed into an uppercase. Now, when I'm taking this into account, if A not in X, B not in X, X initially does not contain anything, so it directly comes to the if condition. A greater than P. When A is greater than character P in the sense, here ASCII values of A and P will be compared, and so ASCII value of A will be lesser than P. All the characters are coming after P is going to be greater, Q, R, S, T, until Z is going to be greater. Okay, so it is not going to come to this if condition, it is going to just get appended. So what will be the value? First, it is going to get appended with just the character which is stored in A, which is nothing but A itself. This will be the first element. And then in the next case, when it is considering B, whichever, now you have to be clear, whichever is greater than P alone, it is going to come inside. Otherwise, it is going to go to the else condition, and there is a condition if the character already exists, or if the character's capital letter also already exists. This character exists, or if the capital letter of the character also exists, you should not append it. So it is going to just append B in the next iteration. And when it is taking R into account, it is going to be greater than P, so it becomes a capital letter R and it gets appended. The next iteration, if it is taking C into account, C is not available and it is not greater than P, so a small letter C is going to get appended. A, when it is taking, it is already available, it will not append. So C, when it is considering, it is not available, so it is going to append. And again A is there, it will not get appended. It is going to consider the next character as D. D will be appended. A will not get appended. B will not get appended. And R, it is already present. This is a small letter R, and whichever is already present is capital letter R. It is going to check whether the character is present or the character's uppercase is also present, because we are taking the character and finding the uppercase, and also we are comparing, we are finding this Norton is a membership operator. Using the membership operator, we are finding whether it is already available or not. So the result is going to get stopped with D itself. So all others are already available. This is going to be in a form of a list which will be printed on the screen. Next question is here we have excellence. Okay, when this particular string is passed as a parameter to S, and I have enum which is initialized to a empty string, and here range of len of S minus 1. What is the length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 minus 1, which is 10. Okay, and I am here having for N and L. Okay, for N and L, it is going to be range for N and range of L, which is missing. Okay, if it is range of 10, I'll be having the values as 0 to 9. So when my S value is N value is 0, when it is equal to the next character, when E is equal to the next character, when I'm starting from the 0th position, is it E equal to X? No, it is not equal. If it is not equal, what is it going to do? It is just going to take the first character and write it into the string enum. So first character E will be written into the string. And when I'm considering X and the next character C, it is also not going to get satisfied with this if condition. So X will be written, and going faster, C will be written and E will be written. And when I'm considering L and the next character is same. When it is same, what is it doing? It is taking the first character and making it into the uppercase and writing into enum. L will be there. Capital letter L will be appended. And after which L and E will be considered. L will be written, E and N, E will be returned, and N and C, N will be returned, and C and E, C will be returned, and E and E, if it is considering, it is going to be equal. So what is it going to do? E will be converted into capital letter and it will be returned. And the loop is going to stop with there, because the range is from 0 to 9 alone. This is the index. This last E is going to have the index 10. This E which is before the last E is going to have index 9, and it is going to stop with the index 9 because we are having range of 10. So this is going to be the result of this particular answer. Next question, DEF, we have a function and I have some list being passed as a parameter, and this list, what is it doing is, it is checking for n and range of L, length of this particular list. It is going to take each and every index and it is checking whether the index is a multiple of 2 or it is a multiple of 3. If it is multiple of 2, it is going to be 0. Then we are we are concatenating that particular character with enum. So here it is going to return a string. Can you understand? Because I'm concatenating, it is not a list. It is going to be each and every element will from the list is going to be taken, and if it satisfies some particular condition, it is going to get appended to a string. So let me write the index here first. This is 0th index, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. What are all the multiples of 2? First you take it into account, and when you are having 0 mod 2 also, it is going to return 0 only. Okay, so 0 will be taken, 2, 8 and 10. These characters are going to get just appended. Whenever it is considering the other character, just multiple of 3 alone, it will be appended next. B will get appended, okay. 3 will be appended but into uppercase, will be appended as an uppercase. 5 will not at all get appended, this 5th index character. 7 also, because it is not a multiple of 3 or it is not a multiple of 2. Here if we consider 6, it is a multiple of 2 first. Because this condition is getting executed first, it will not again go to this elif condition. It is going to get evaluated with this particular expression and it will again come to the beginning of for loop. And 9, it is going to get converted into capital R. Now what is the answer? A, small letter R, and then capital letter A, small letter C, D, B, and again capital letter R, and A. Hope you have understood all the output based questions and functions. Do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching this video.